It was 2:17 a.m. when the video landed in my inbox. No message, just a file name. Thought you should see this. I tapped play, my finger trembling just slightly. There she was, Kiera, my wife, standing by the punch bowl at the annual staff party, surrounded by my colleagues, laughing carelessly, unburdened by anything. The wine had loosened them all, and her voice, sharp and cutting, cut through the background hum like a blade. "Mark, please," she said with a sneer. "He's a worthless dumbass." Laughter filled the air, echoing around me. "I give it a month. He'll be out. New management wants fresh blood," she continued, the words dripping with mockery. 15 years in and he still thinks loyalty matters. Poor idiot. Someone asked if I knew. Her eyes rolled, almost theatrically. He's too busy polishing the boss's boots to notice his wife is already halfway out the door. Another round of laughter. My boss, Greg, laughed the loudest. The sound reverberated through my body like a jolt of electricity. I watched the video twice. Then, without a word, I made myself a cup of coffee and went to bed as if nothing had changed. The next day I went into work and smiled just like always. I asked about the kids, made my usual 8:30 coffee run, and when I saw Greg in the hallway I nodded at him, thanking him for his support during the last quarter's downturn. He patted my back and smiled, his tone warm. "You're one of the good ones, Mark." I nodded. Didn't blink. Kiera and I met in college. She liked me because I was safe, solid, steady. I built our life carefully, brick by brick. I paid off the mortgage early, avoided risks, and gave her the security she claimed she never had growing up. We used to talk about growing old together. I thought that's what she wanted. But now I see it differently. She didn't want security. She wanted a ladder, a step up. When I got the job at Stratford and Pierce, she threw a party bigger than our wedding. I thought she was proud of me. Now I realize she saw it as a ticket, a title, a network. I built a home, but she built a facade. I replayed the video every night, not to torture myself, but to memorize everything. The faces, the laughter, who said what, who smirked, who stayed quiet, who didn't. I watched it like a general studying a battlefield, dissecting every moment for meaning. On the third night I saw it. Greg's arm around her waist. Too familiar. Too comfortable. And her glance at him, quick, habitual, not shy. That wasn't flirtation. That was muscle memory. I checked her calendar. 3 late-night workouts that week. She didn't even bother to change her clothes when she got home. She thought I was asleep. But I wasn't. A plan doesn't start with fury. It starts with a question. What do they want? Greg wanted my role, my position replaced. Quietly. No drama. No lawsuits. Kiera wanted a payout, not a scandal. They'd already crafted the narrative. Mark couldn't adapt to the new tech. Poor guy. He's burned out. Needs rest. We wish him the best. I didn't confront her. I didn't rage. Instead, I called corporate HR to ask about early retirement options, confidentially. Just curiosity. Left a breadcrumb trail, a whisper. Then I started copying files. Backups. Emails. Budget sheets. Meeting notes. Greg had been sloppy. I wasn't. On Friday morning, 1 week later, I requested an all-hands presentation. Told them it was a strategic wrap-up for the quarter. Greg approved it, smiling lazily, bored, unsuspecting. The conference room was full by 10. I stood at the front of the room, tie loose, sleeves rolled up like I always did. Greg sat beside Kiera. She wasn't even hiding it now. Her hand brushed his knee when they thought no one was looking. I saw it. I didn't look away. "I want to start by thanking everyone," I said, my voice steady. 15 years is a long time. A lot of trust gets built over that kind of time. They all nodded, smiling. "So today," I continued, "I thought I'd show you what trust looks like." The screen behind me flickered on and the video played. The room fell silent, the air thick with tension. It wasn't just Kiera's voice, not just her words. I'd included the full 2 minutes, uncut, unedited, every laugh, every insult, every name. Greg's face drained of color. Kiera stood up, but I raised a hand. "Calm down," I said. "Sit down." She sat. Then I changed slides. Emails. Screenshots. Expense reports. Wire transfers. Everything Greg thought he'd buried. Every dirty secret. Gasps filled the room and phones came out. I turned to Greg, meeting his eyes. "You're not replacing me, Greg," I said, my voice low but firm. "You're resigning. All this goes to the board or the press. I don't care which." He stammered, trying to salvage what was left. Let's talk privately." "No," I said, cutting him off. "We don't hide things here, remember?" Then I turned to Kiera. "Your things are packed. I've already signed the divorce papers. Check your inbox. And the prenup. I held it up, showing her. You get nothing. She didn't speak. Just stared at me, her eyes wide like a child caught stealing. I walked out. There was no applause. Just silence. The kind of silence that felt just right. That afternoon, HR confirmed Greg had resigned for personal reasons. They offered me his position. I declined, telling them I'd stay just long enough to ensure a clean transition. Then I'd be gone. Kiera called that night, leaving a voicemail. She cried, said it was a mistake. Said she loved me. Said it was all just a joke. She'd never sounded more like a stranger. I didn't call back. Some people break when they're betrayed. Others sharpen. I gave them the rope. They hung themselves. And I slept for the first time in weeks. No nightmares. Just peace.